Abba Bivens was a fucking he was a not Jehovah's Witness. He was a fucking
He was an
Ellen
Old
G.
Testament
White.
only.
No, hold
Right?
on. No. He was a
Don't shut
follower
up.
of
He was
Ellen
the
G.
Old Testament
He was a
only.
follower of Ellen
He was
G.
a
White.
Freemason.
He
I
was
understand all
he was
that.
a Freemason. Then he became a Baptist. Then he became a follower of Ellen G. White. And then he went into fucking this
I
whole
already
Black
know all that.
Hebrewism shit. Yeah. And then he fled the United States because there was allegations of him molesting little fucking girls in his congregation. And then he moved to Israel. And then he became
I'm pretty
a fucking
sure he did.
rabbinic
I
hero.
mean, listen.
Yeah, he was raping the shit out of kids.
I'm pretty sure he did. I mean, I've always talked about how he
Oh
was
no,
a
that was
scumbag.
Ben Israel. Ben Israel. Abba Bivens was the one that was raping. Abba Bivens was raping.
Abba Bivens raped. Wait. Do you have an article on it?
Yeah. So Abba Bivens was the one that was
Can you post the article in the chat? I'm not saying I don't. I
know. Listen, I'm trying to tell you, Abba Bivens was the one that was raping older women in his congregation, like adult women. Ben Israel is the one that was molesting kids.
Okay, so
Ben Parker Israel, whatever his name was. They're from like the 1890s and the early 1900s.
Yeah, well, I don't know about. Well, here's the thing, right? I already know that he's a scumbag, so that's not a problem. But I didn't hear about the fucking the molesting and raping.
Yeah, one of them was wanted by the government, and then the other was wanted by like the local police for like molesting.
Do you have the articles?
I had the articles. I'd have to look them up again. They're like fucking buried because it's a nothing burger fucking small shit from like 100 years ago that nobody like writes about. There's no like New York Times fucking articles on it. It's like old historical articles.
But this is the thing though.
But listen, Rob, here's the thing.
I was just about to say this.
He was just a Joseph
Hebrew Israelites, whether they want to acknowledge it or not, they acknowledge that at the very least we spent a great amount of time in Africa. Like that, this is what they will acknowledge. And this is
not all.
No, they like I'm telling you, I've been around.
You have some Hebrew Israelites that say that they're actually indigenous people from the Americas. They've never been from Africa. And then you have other people that say that they're the Israelites that were sold by the Hamites from West Africa. So like the Hamites were like the kings that sold them.
What they'll say is that when
Rob, there's hold on, brother. One of these people though, like
I'm not
I know
finished.
Rob, but
I'm not finished.
You can ask me directly.
Yeah, but I know, okay, Rob, I know
I'm
I
not
said
finished.
that. I know.
I'm not finished.
I know that I said
I'm not finished.
I've only known about
I'm not finished.
But I've studied it more than all of you combined.
I'm not finished.
No, you have not.
I'm not finished. I'm gonna say this again. What I was getting at is they'll explain, you know, like when the 12 tribes are first like taken over and then disbanded, and then many were exiled out of the Holy Land. Many went west, right? Many fled into North Africa and kept fleeing over into what we know as West Africa today. There's strong evidence of West African tribes in the 7th, 8th, 9th century that were keeping Jewish customs, whether it be circumcision, whether it be dietary customs, or even the acknowledgement of the Hebrew God. Like this was going on. So it's like, what I'll tell them is like, whereas you could try to spin this whole idea that we aren't African, you feel?
Yeah, but that claim's only made by the Igbos, and the Igbos and the Bantus.
No, I'm talking about actual Hebrew Israelites in America.
Yeah, I know.
This is what I'm talking about.
You're talking about the people that were in West Africa, which is the Igbo, and the Igbo claim that. But there's no historical or archaeological evidence that they practice in these customs. That they practice. Yeah, the Bantus, the fucking
Bantus aren't the tribe that they're talking about.
I know, but you're talking about the Igbos out of Nigeria. But those
Igbos wouldn't have been the people that I'm talking about in the 7th, 8th, 9th century.
They're the ones that claim this, though.
And it's more than just that. My point is that
the point is about the Igbos. There's no historical.
I'm talking about American.
There's no historical or archaeological evidence that Igbos practiced in Judaism prior to the introduction of the Bible.
Who acknowledge that black people have been in Africa for over 1,000 years. Because if you're acknowledging that these people fled west, and if we know that this happened before Christ, this would probably be 2,000 years ago plus that these people would have started fleeing into West Africa. So for 2,000 years up until what? Well, let's say 1,500 years. It's like, man, stop. That's all I'm saying. Like, this idea that we are not ancestrally African is kind of stupid. I can say that it's rooted in slavery, but I'm going to say that it's rooted more in misinformation. Yes, there are a lot of black people who long to know our identity prior to colonialization, but there are plenty of black people who understand that this is our story. You feel me? And they're actually proud of the fact that, hey, through all of this shit, we created a story. We have a story to be proud of. For me, like, I don't have to be a Pan-Africanist to recognize that I'm ancestrally African. But I also don't feel like I have to go around saying that I'm African, because I'm American. I'm a black American. I'm an African American, whatever you want to call it. I'm fine with that. But I'm not fine with black people moving around saying that we don't have no ancestral connection to Africa, because then that would take away the idea of being black itself. Like, it is actually, you can't, like, separate the two. I sure as hell ain't gonna let no nigga from Seattle tell me about shit. I'm really from this shit, man.
Ray's just mad because his daddy's white.
Oh, jeez. Well, any of the mods hear even?
Joe is. Timothy is.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I just wanted to do a quick room. I might close it down. Beaver, Joe. Okay. I think it's a thumbs up to close it down. Just I don't want to do a quickie. Someone else can open up the room or whatever, but. Sitting, what's going on with your PDR down there? It scared the hell out of me. The fuck?
My nigga Steiny.
Alright, I'll catch you guys around.
An existing proposition on it, and you know what it is versus the unknown. So those are two different things.
Not really.
Very two different things.
The potentiality of
born baby is not that much different from the potentiality of an unborn fetus at 24 weeks, for example.
Let's just say.
So they're not that different. And the problem still, no, they're not. And the problem still like repeats itself regardless, which is what we're talking about. So we don't have to take a weird detour down the abortion debate. Like, I don't think that's necessary. Like the point we're making is
you are.
So, no, really you are, because we were talking about potentiality. Okay. That's what we're talking about.
I
so
never want to bring abortion into debate ever, but we are talking just about existing people on the planet right now. That's what I just want to keep it on. I don't, or not me. I don't like this.
Fetuses, unborn fetuses have an
okay, I don't. I'm just gonna just say no. I'm just saying.
They do. Fetuses exist.
I'm not saying no. What I'm saying no because I don't want to have this conversation.
Because you have an opinion on abortion.
Absolutely, I do. I was just saying I'm talking about people that are born and living on this earth and the struggle that they're doing right now.
Yeah, you're drawing an ad hoc arbitrary line, and it doesn't matter for the point we're making.
Oh, okay. All right, I digress.
All right. We can remain neutral on what the personhood status of the unborn is. Like, I'm not really trying to take a position on that anyway. The point we're making is the potentiality question would still apply to the unborn fetus every bit as much as it applies to the newborn. Right? It's still a potentiality issue. That's all we were talking about. You shouldn't have casual philosophy. People who are not familiar with philosophy. Now, to be fair, I think that they actually engaged very well in this. They engaged the way I would have engaged, having engaged with these ideas for the first time. Like when I was an undergraduate, I didn't really know about any of this shit. I would have engaged them and asked the same question. So there's no shade to anybody, but it is something that. I'm really fascinated by the view that letting a rich person skip the line for some kind of life-saving medication or treatment is somehow wrong. I was trying to figure out how to stay in the position. I actually can't do it.
Okay, so one thing I wanted to know, maybe you kind of slipped passing without you, but when you said that if the rules of the institution when people are allows for skipping the line, would that be then overly permissive, or is there something above the agreed rules?
So it's illegal.
I said if there was something where you put like a fast pass, I would evaluate it differently because the fairness wouldn't be obstructed in such an as egregious a way, in my opinion. But my objection to that comparison was what was described by Alicia isn't like that at all, so it doesn't change my mind.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
But can we pretend, so obviously in those institutions there is some sort of regulation that allows them to skip the line. So let's pretend that there is in fact some sort of contract written and people who participate in the line, they agree that, they will be, since they pay some sort of universal healthcare tax, they're just part of the line. But if a person can contribute to the hospital as a whole, and therefore, partially promote their well-being, maybe the hospital can acquire more organs for that.
Well, then it becomes more complicated because I have more dimensions to evaluate.
Yeah.
So my statement was, my friend, who is a doctor at Mount Sinai, are talking with their other doctor friends of how this is, because this is like what you've been saying, I don't know if I should be very significant, that this has come about. And no one knows the answer, but they do. It's not profiting the hospital itself. It's profiting the hospital's ownership's pockets. And there's loopholes within donations and contributions that don't really affect the common people. It affects the people that, I'm sorry, I'm losing my words. Sure.
Well, we understand what you were saying. Andre was like giving a permutation of what you started with because he was trying to tease out some moral nuance. So we're something we're misunderstanding what you're saying. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you really want to go through this exercise, I could think about it out loud with you. But the main thing is that if there's anything about the arrangement that is operating on, I'm going to Kantian on it, is operating on any kind of maxim that violates the formula of humanity, that's basically what I'm going to try to evaluate for, and if I find that, I'm going to object to it on that basis.
Well, because then it means that those propositions they made should be then irrelevant to you, because regardless of whether there is an agreement, internal agreement, that sort of acts like a subjective moral agreement within a certain society, they're just lacking in information about moral maxima because
they could be aware of all the nuances and take them into their decision in formulating the policy. And if they did that, then I think I would object to it.
Okay, you wouldn't object to it.
Is it possible
Well,
that
I wouldn't if it violated the formula of humanity or any other. If that's not
So if they evaluated their internal rules based on some sort of like a similar model as, for example,
respect for human beings, like if the whole thing is rooted in respect for human beings, right? And the policy. Well, but I'm saying if they did that, if there's a way to, I don't know if there's a way to do it, but if there was a way to do that to respect what effectively would be for a Kantian the formula of humanity in the policy, and it still entailed some kind of fast pass like element to it that still respected the dignity of human beings, and everybody got a chance to like have their say in a democratic way, perhaps, and they all voted for it, like, okay, and here's the purpose for it, and here's the maximum in which we allowed it, and it was very explicit or whatever, and sincere. If that's even possible, then I would be like, all right, well then that is the thing that I'm saying doesn't really violate anything. So it's the things I just don't think that this is possible.
But okay, so just hear me out, and then Pat, you can go. There is something that's used, an intuition that is used when concerning the rules for safety or evacuation. Women and children, elderly, then men. So I would say that intuition is deeply rooted in, like I'm more naturalist in that respect, in what is more of a moral worth. Children, women, highest moral worth. Elderly is going next, and then the rest.
No, I actually don't think that that's necessarily the maximum. Actually, I think that you could actually justify a policy like that on Kantian grounds, but the moment you started suggesting that women and children have more worth than men, you would actually be violating the formula. You could do it in terms of recognizing that all of the individuals involved have the same moral worth, but some individuals, under a context where not everybody can survive, are volunteering to prioritize the women and children because they all are abided by some kind of value of protecting women and children or whatever. Not because they think that they're worth less as men than them, but because they all are taking on a role of defending them as men, right, or something like that. Then I think that that's fine.
But you see, you sort of like you're putting in brackets there, in that view, subjective perception of women and children having more moral value or individual value than them,
No, I don't think that they. I don't think
inserting
if I wanted to
workbook.
sacrifice, if only 2 people could fit in a lifeboat, and I'm there with my wife and my children, and I volunteer to sacrifice myself so that they can live, it's not because I think of myself as worth less than them, right? Like that's actually a consistent, rational view. It's because I'm volunteering to take on the sacrifice that one of us was going to have to take on necessarily anyway, to ensure that the people who I value living can continue to live, even if it's
which is an emotional, which is an understandable emotional answer.
Well, it's social and it's sentimental, but my point is, it doesn't need to be motivated by a maxim that starts with the premise.
Yeah, but let's take your
before you go, I'm just an example.
Moral worth is less. That's my point. That doesn't necessarily have to be my motivation.
So two directions. I'm not going to pursue them because it's going to be a long discussion. But just that decision by itself. Now, would you accept a sacrifice of your child or wife in order to save you in that situation? And
would I accept? Well, I mean, you'd have to give me more information. Like in general.
Yeah.
Like
so there's lifeboat.
Okay, so lifeboat, 3 people. It's you, your child, your wife.
Yeah.
You're saying, the only acceptable moral course here is if I volunteer to sacrifice myself for some sentiment.
No. Not the only one. Okay. So I was saying it was morally permissible for.
Morally permissible. Sorry, my bad. That's I accept the correction. It's permissible.
Yes.
Now, would it be permissible for your child to sacrifice themselves to save you and your wife, in your view?
I think that there's a scenario under which that could be permissible. You'd have to say.
Give an example.
But the reason why that's enabled is because fundamentally, no one individual's moral worth is worth more than the other. That's not the basis for it.
You see, intuitively, I would say it's wrong, and I would like to explore the intuition of why. Me personally, I would not accept that as a
99% of the time, I would agree with you, but what I think what Black Muse is saying is he thinks about the margins, and that's why we all find him so entertaining. And
I'm just trying to think in principle ways. Like, what is the?
Well, I'll give you this. I would give you the example. I'm on the Titanic. There's 3 room, like 3 seats on the boat left, and I have a family of 4. 99.9% of the time, is my family gets on the board. I go down with the ship. I'll try to swim. Like, I'll be optimistic. I'll drink a lot of whiskey. Like those are the people who survived. People who got drunk. Regulated body temperature and blood flow. But like my logic is I would let my family survive. Now, however, if I had a family of 4, me and my wife and 2 kids, and one of my kids I brought into this world with a debilitating disease that they're not going to survive when it's 8. And this kid is 6 years old right now. He has a 2-year life expectancy. But like sending a woman into the world with like 1 kid and 1 kid with a 2-year life expectancy, that's a fucking harsh world for a single mom. So in that case, I would understand like if a father had to hesitate and take a beat. And then to Alicia's argument, I was only basing that off of moral like servitude.
But I want to separate.
There's a better case. So like my question is this: like let's take away the classes for example. Like anyone who's worked in a hospital, like especially in an emergency room, you know that the person who has more family and friends showing up, you're gonna give more attention to. Well, like at the end of the day, from a nurse to a doctor to an orderly to
that is completely false.
Give more
that is completely false.
All right. Well,
we can make an argument.
My point is this:
it's not. No.
If a guy was number 2 on his handbook list, I'm going to give you.
No. This is a different point of view. Now you're saying someone coming into an emergency room, needing something done, X, Y, and Z. If they have more family, they're going to get more attention. That's completely false.
Y'all are all over the place. Trying to stay focused.
I'm trying to stay focused with this. I'm trying to give 2 people in a similar situation. So imagine 2 people making the same exact amount of money. They both have 6 kids. and they end up in the emergency room. And over the course of a week, like one person has had 0 visitors, like none of his 6 kids, like no friends, no family. He's like kind of a hermit. Versus someone who has all the 6 kids showing up, a bunch of grandkids, neighbors, friends, all that type of stuff. Do you really not think that like a natural inclination of nursing staff and just hospital staff in general is, hey, we're going to give this guy a little bit more attention because like he's a lot more people who care about him. But like it is just human nature.
Okay, what does that
show?
show?
Human nature is just dumb.
What does that show? What do you think that proves?
I'm saying that if the guy who had no relatives, no friends, no family, no one show up, who's number 2 on the liver transplant list, and this other guy who's number 3 on the liver transplant list, I think that
proves.
I think that hospitals have to deal with that decision all the time.
Okay, but what?
And if
what
you
is
don't think
more,
that there
what,
is every emergency.
What is morally relevant? What is the morally relevant principle you're trying to extract from this?
My morally relevant principle is that I'm consistent. I think the guy who has all of his family show up and his friends and his neighbors and all that type of stuff vouching for him, if he's number 3 on the transplant list versus the guy who's number 2 on the transplant list and no one showed up for him at all,
how does that help us? How does that help us explore what me and Andre were trying to explore?
Because I think that the person who had all of his friends and family and neighbors and all that show up is a more morally contributive person.
What does that have to do with whether or not it's morally permissible for a man to sacrifice himself for his family?
We're getting back on the original topic that we're talking about. Like all of you are criticizing me about. But like, my point is,
I'm gonna try to steal man. So what that is, that is back to utilitarian logic in terms of contribution to the society. So the person has
moral contribution to society.
Yeah, moral contribution to society. So the person has the most reach out there into the society, touched more lives in a positive manner, worth more than the person that has none.
Exactly.
I mean, I've already rejected that, but okay. I mean, that doesn't help us explore what we're trying to explore, though. Like, I guess if you want to put it in utilitarian terms, there would be just a different rationale for why it would be okay for a person to sacrifice himself for their family. It would, I assume, be because the family members, either collectively or maybe each individually, had more moral worth than the relevant father or whoever who's making the sacrifice, and therefore it's justified on utilitarian grounds. That's not really helpful because I'm not trying to explore this in utilitarian grounds, but I can acknowledge that that's consistent with utilitarianism, I guess, if that's the goal.
I think you were taking a utilitarian argument where you, like you said, like, yes, 100% I would sacrifice my family for myself. In that situation.
No, the challenge
but
is
there is counterpoints.
I can tell you what I was saying. I actually started by rejecting utilitarianism, but I still think that under the Kantian deontological framework that I was using, you want to look up deontology real quick, you can do that. That I was trying to justify why it would be consistent with recognizing the intrinsic moral worth of all people that let's say a father could sacrifice himself voluntarily to preserve the life of his wife and child. That's what I was trying to explain. And Andre was trying to poke and prod at that, I think, fairly.
I just want
Andre, did you want to continue though?
No, it's well, the second one is like I would like to explore the intuition which makes you make the decision to sacrifice yourself, because I think that's a very natural intuition for any father and husband to first and foremost, promote the life and the well-being of their children first, and then their spouse second.
Mm-hmm. Well, I acknowledge the sentimentality, but I don't want this to be the maximum. It's the tail of the maximum. I'm a human being, so I have feelings and I acknowledge the sentimentality. But if the scenario is such that only 2 people can fit, there's 3 of us, one of us has to not go anyway. that is a practical situation that justifies the decision, or it's at least part. It's a scenario in which it would be morally permissible and justifiable to do so.
Yeah, sure, but I'm really interested on how those intuitions inform our moral judgments and why do we have those judgments, because that I think that jives with my naturalistic point of view on morality, or how it emerges from the natural necessity.
I don't think it's hard to justify protecting your family on moral grounds. And the sacrifice is born out of a practical necessity. Right? There's only 2 spots. There's 3 people.
Static breeze beneath the skin. The silence has a frequency. Every heartbeat triggers another code. Don't escape, become the transmission.
Give me the sign of the open eye, a riddle of shadows where whispers lie, the thorny thigh, the maddening cry.
And why us experiencing something completely opposite of what it experiences was necessary for it to have relationship with us. Why we have to go through the universe that we live in with all the stuff that we've been talking about. I cannot reconcile the two. Like I said, one, without the universe, without the intention, makes sense that it is the way it is and things are as crazy as they are, or great and beautiful and horrible as they are. We experience all of it. But it doesn't make sense with perfection at the front of it, because I don't understand why perfection would want or need us to experience what we experience in order to have a relationship with us. I don't.
Myrna has a question for Andrew. Andy.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Andrew Cass, this is Myrna. Why do you think that various tribes around the world who live pretty much with nothing but scraps made a choice to live this way? Why do you think that they did not make a choice to live this way?
I don't think I understand the question.
Yeah, you do. It's a pretty direct question. I'm going to shorten it. Why do you think that the people that you believe live in such horrible, destitute ways did not choose to live the way they did?
I see what you're saying. No, please don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying that people that don't live in first world conditions cannot have fulfilling lives or feel happy with their lives. I'm not saying that at all.
No, that's not my question. I'm talking about the tribes around the world. Why do you think that they did not choose to live the way they did?
I didn't say anything that they wouldn't. I didn't say anything that they wouldn't.
Well, I think her point is that you brought these other examples of people that are, in terrible, destitute, horrific conditions around the world as kind of a.
Yeah, horrible destitute conditions, and that can be in a bunch of different places. But there are also tribes that live very happily in the ways that they are.
No, but But what I'm saying is, what she's saying is, I think, is that these.
Oh
these
no,
are
I was not
self-imposed.
making that kind. I was not making an absolute distinction in that way. In that people that live in different conditions than first world conditions can't be happy. I wasn't.
Well, no.
that.
I know she's saying.
No, she is. No, because she is because she's saying.
It's not about happiness. It's
No,
not
it
about
is. No, it is because she's saying they choose.
No, it's
they
not.
choose to live there.
It's not about that. I'm gonna tell you. You equivocate. You falsely described and compared two different types of civilizations, saying one is better than the other. Now, I don't know what.
No, not at all. What I said, what I was saying was people that have like a certain level of material, whatever, right? Compared to people not that don't have that, and I specifically said people that are in miserable living conditions, and they are miserable, as in like the like kids that get like fight for warlords in other countries. I'm not talking about people that have an existence that's simpler but are not miserable. I'm not. Yeah, that's. It was more because of the what's the word I'm looking for? Trying to compare people that have an easy existence to people that have a hard existence, and then the people that have the easy existence, right? The easier existence, claiming that something is looking out for them. And that's maybe I should change it. But it's like whoever is having a really hard time and a miserable experience, right? The person that's having the easier experience claiming that they're being looked at.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. Because I would not want to be misperceived as saying that people living in a simpler existence are somehow less than. That's not what I was saying.
Well, it's not even really that too, though, Andrew, because people can just self-impose. I think one of the things that Myrna is saying, and I think it's very relevant, is some people just they impose these conditions upon themselves. They don't even want people to try to change them. They don't want to do something different, even if they're miserable. There's some people that will fight for their misery. They will fight for the conditions that they're in because it's habit, it's tradition, it's whatever, right? It can be part of their, their rituals. They can have all this stuff that makes them miserable, but they're going to fight tooth and nail to protect that. So that does need to be taken into account, because if you're doing any comparison to them and saying, well, somebody, and I know we've already talked through it, so I'm not hitting you on this original point, but I'm just saying, well, you were saying if somebody's a believer and they're like, God has blessed me and gave me all of this abundance, right? And they're living in let's say America, and they're in a really, wealthy part of the country or whatever, and they're doing really well, right? Well, to say, well, that person, if they're like, well, God's blessed me with all of this, given the fact there's all these other people that are in horrific living conditions, that's kind of God favored me and God cares about me, but not those people. I mean, those people may have had the opportunities to do and be and have advancements just like you do.
That's going to be a hard case to make in certain parts of the world. It's going to be a hard case.
No. I understand. I understand this. It could be one for one. But my point is any bit of improvement, any bit of better conditions, if they're choosing to reject those and they're choosing to say, hey, I want to keep this particular lifestyle up, or I don't want anybody to change my way of life, then I don't think that's really something you should be putting on God. And you shouldn't be saying that the person that's thankful for their conditions in a first world country, that they're somehow arrogant because that they appreciate it.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We already talked about that.
Yeah, we did.
The point that I was on to now was that whole world that we're talking about, the world that we live in, makes sense to me. It doesn't make sense. That makes a naturalistic version of it makes sense. It doesn't make sense when you have the perfect being at the front of it.
What would you expect?
I would expect for the being to figure out a way for beings to be in relationship with them that didn't have to experience living or having experience in some other way that necessitated not being able to have a wonderful perfect experience. That doesn't make any sense to me.
James, the origin of the breakdown of the bicameral mind, and you are going to understand.
Can you give me a link to that? I won't remember.
Okay, I'm going to put it down. You are going to understand how the human brain was bifurcated over 2,500 years ago, and why there are people like Andy and God believers today. Myrna's going to put down.
Yeah, I would love to read it. I would absolutely love to read it.
I love you, Andrew. I just want you to know that. And I don't like Andy. I really should.
But when you say Andy, it's confusing because it could be either
No, she's
Andrew
talking
or
about me. No, she's talking about me.
Andy is Andrew.
Okay.
Andrew versus Andrew.
Yes. Anytime you hear Andy, it's going to be coupled with disdain. Some disdain.
Oh, some disdain.
Right.
I don't hate you, Andy. I just think that you got some issues.
I do have a few issues. Maybe a lot of issues, Myrna. Welcome back, Brother
Well,
Thomas.
message me that, Mira, because I would love to read.
Andricus, who was the person that you brought? Because I said Nick Vujicic. You were trying to bring up some person. You said Erickson or some person.
Johnny Erickson. She's this girl in the 70s that had this accident that broke her neck and paralyzed her, and she developed this art career where she would hold a pen in her mouth and draw amazing art with her mouth, and she had this whole Christian testimony.
She also draws with her feet.
Yeah.
Myrna used to follow Johnny and listen to her music when I was a Calvinist.
Well, I thought she was paralyzed. How does she draw with her feet?
She's able to. I don't know how she does, but she's able to now.
She's able to draw with her feet because she's able to, Andricus.
Thank you.
Oh, there you are, Hot Dog. Hot Dog, you're kind of tough to get a hold of, man. I tell you. Call out to the Hot Dog.
You're trying to get in touch with Hot Dog Goblin?
Yes, I am trying to get it. Yes.
Nice.
Hot Dog Goblin's a gangster. I just want to say this, and then I want to
It
ask you
doesn't
something.
sound right. It sounds like some kind of sexual innuendo.
Oh, gee.
Well, I don't know.
Oh, gee.
But Andrew, well, he can explain his name in a second. But I was going to say Andrew, because for some, or everybody, but Andrew especially, this Nick Vujicic guy. I don't know how, but I'm pretty sure I saw him swimming, and I was like, boy, he doesn't have any limbs. He has no limbs, and he's in the water swimming.
Humans can be. You can be buoyant without.
Oh, his name is Ogmandino. God, I'm just lexic, and the D was a G my whole life. The greatest salesman in the world. Ogmandino. This is one of the greatest books.
Yep.
The serpent
Your Lollapalooza Chicago after party hosted by the John Kitover Band. Go to ChicagoMayorVote.com.
with his jagged claw. The beasts emerge as the gods withdraw. A storm of silence, a broken to death. neon skies where the static hums. Shadows whisper truths as the bassline drums. My will is fire, unchained, untamed. No path is written, no soul is blamed. Thou hast no right but to do thy will. Feel the force, let the silence fill your will. On flames, it's alive, it's still. Deliver from the lust of the thrill. Echo shattered glass where the circuits glow. The clock ticks slow, but it doesn't show. No purpose, no tether, just a beat and sink. Every way perfect, on the edge, on the brink. No chains, no bars, just a void to fill. Every pulse, every spark is the perfect will. Thou hast no right but to do thy will. Feel the surge, let the silence fill your will. On its way, it's
This is for me where the difficulty lies, and that having children kind of highlighted it for me, because before that I was on the very, like, I was sort of in between utilitarian, Kant, each seemed attractive in certain respects, Kantian moral logic seemed a little more consistent, more clean, and pure and stuff, but that experience threw everything into a mix, sort of like a laundry machine mix.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Kantian until further notice. I'm not necessarily unwilling to abandon it ever, but so far it seems to work. But
okay,
I don't know that any framework would have. I mean, just the subtle thing you said about, like, by any means necessary. That always makes my ears perk up.
yeah. I'm going to take the modern, because I'm with Andre. I'm about to be a dad and everything like that, and I've thought about this scenario where I'm on the Titanic, and I brush up with my kid who's autistic, and another dad brush up with his dad who's autistic, just like myself. Card carrying, like, diagnosed autistic in college. Anyways, so like, there's one seat left on a boat that's getting away from the Titanic, and we both have autistic sons, and they're both as likely to make it. But, like, my kid is an autistic son who eats crayons and, like, hisses at people, and his son is like an autistic kid who, like, solves Rubik's cubes and Sudokus, but, like, can't look at a person in the eye for more than 2 seconds. I would acknowledge that, like, that person probably would do more for society, and
confirmed it.
Again, like, trying just to think about it as my son that's about to be born. that I'm emotional about and everything like that. But like, I still have that little bit of logic that like afterwards, like after this kid is born and I grow up with him, I'm like, yo, his hissing and crayon like eating is fuck that kid who solves the Rubik's Cube. Like I've seen a lot of like non-autistics do that much quicker. So
yeah, I mean, Pat, you won't know until you know. The fact of the matter is that you care, right now before it becomes real. That's the important part,
how
so,
hard was it? Did you guys have a name going in, or did you have like a list of names and you let like the personality of the baby choose the name? Is that a weird question?
For me, it's not a weird question. We didn't have a name until we wanted to see him before we named him, right? Because they roll out the paperwork.
But did you have a list that you had narrowed it down to?
No, we literally like came up with it on the spot.
All right, cool. That makes me feel better. You guys really winged it. Like I'm not winging it that much.
Yeah, I mean, my other friends who've had kids and multiple children, they have their names picked out. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But one thing I can tell you about being a father in this day and age is that there's a lot of surprises, bro. Like there's like a shit ton of things that I thought I was prepared very well. I have a great mother and father. My wife does as well. We thought we had it all figured out, but no. It's dynamic, and that's the fun part about it.
We got middle names picked out for like her mom died, my dad died. Like we both have like a living mom. Like I have a mom, she's a dad. So like we're the first two we're doing versions of our parents' names as the middle name, and then like creating new beginnings. I don't want to Pat Junior is what I'm saying. I think people who name their kids like Junior is a little egotistical in some ways, and also they're admitting I want my kid to do better than me, like so much better than me. But I don't want him to be known as the better Pat. Like he's going to do better than me and have a different name than me. I don't want him to.
I mean, with all due respect, Pat, if you name your kid a great name, he probably will have a Junior because it's a great name. Pat, all due respect, let's diversify a little bit. It's a basic name, That's why they name my kid Keith. It's not named Keith.
With a Y?
Very easy. Exactly, it's fine too. You can't do that again, dude. But the other day we were at the fair, the OC fair, and he's going into high school, so we let him go with his high school friends. And then my wife and I we ran into him later in the night, and he's with this girl. And my wife, like on the way home, she turned to me and was like, "You had the biggest smile on your face," and it was such a cool experience, dude. Teenage years, they can become assholes, but at the same time, that's when they become men or women, and it's satisfying. I'll tell you that.
Got you. I got
Hey,
you.
I want to say something.
I see you too, Amir. Not to worry.
I think Emma should have said something to A before blocking them just like that.
But she's the owner of half the house. She's the leader.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Hey,
She was
when
the
we
one in
opened
charge
the
of the
needle,
room.
Shut up. No. When we open the room. No. Stop.
Not
the room, the house. You're a liar.
Emma should have said something to A before doing that.
No, but she's the leader. She's the admin of the house.
No, that's not her house.
That's her house.
If that was her job, then why didn't she mod? Why was it? That's the only modding that she fucking did. You're a snitch. Snake, you're a slime ball. Look at you, and you're the victim. Look at you.
I gotta finish my
I should have told you, and I'm sorry. Are you happy now? You're not
Please allow
good.
Don to finish.
You're
please.
not good people, man.
I don't
Okay,
know.
okay. Please allow Don to finish. Please. Go on, Don.
Okay, Emerald should have told something to A before blocking her. Now I don't know.
Danish, come up, please. You were trying
Nothing happened. Nothing happened. There was no reason.
Hold on. Let Don finish.
Now
And she did it behind my back.
Okay, so Emerald should have told something to A before blocking them, just out of the blue, mid stage, while they were on stage or whatever. But I don't know if A's reaction to that is justified. But then again, I wasn't in that position. So situations where you can be frustrated while you're trying to do things.
But at the same time, you were traumatized.
No, I was traumatized because I don't think she's a good mod. I don't think A's a good mod.
Yeah, I know.
But Emerald is a good mod.
Emerald is a good mod. If you want her to kick your personal friends out, that doesn't to her.
Hold on. Is Emerald a good mod, Don?
Then she's good.
I didn't see I didn't see her experience at that moment.
She did move down,
you didn't see her modding.
No, people down,
she modded when she brought you up. So you associate her modding with good.
No,
she brought you up.
Hey, I didn't think
she did bring you up. W mod.
I didn't say she was good or bad. I said I didn't see her experience in modding in that room.
Yeah, because she wasn't.
Okay, he brought you back up, Don.
Okay, that's it's not that, but that doesn't show her full.
That shows that she was on your side.
It shows that she has an agenda.
1 second.
Not agenda. She was on Don's
side.
No,
she had an agenda. You're slow. You'll catch up.
She respects Don. Don is a good character, by the way.
No, the agenda. It's not about. It's not. He's a pawn.
The agenda was to
He's a pawn.
Friends.
Yes.
The agenda was to talk about Iran. The agenda, when I told them don't bring them up here, and you brought them back, is to create more chaos. You're just like Israel. You love chaos.
I don't think.
You are just like Israel. You love chaos.
I don't think she brought me up to create chaos, bro. I generally think that aspect of what she was trying to do is really bring the people that.
Yeah, she respects.
I know. But why were you guys trolling me? Why did I have to bring you back down?
I was trolling you because you couldn't.
Why did I have to bring you back down?
Because we were telling you.
Right. So, but hold on. If it's my space, it's my space, right? And I bring you down. I say I don't want you on my stage, and she brings you on the fucking stage. You think that's normal?
Bro.
Would Edward ever fucking do that?
Edward might do that because Edward.
You're a fucking liar, Amir. If you said seriously, Edward, don't bring him up. Edward's not gonna do it.
Here's the deal. If Edward.
No, there's no deal. You're a liar. You're a liar and a snake too.
Don is good buddies with Edward. I'm good buddies with Edward.
I don't care.
Edward and Don. We would move. No, he would. If somebody was to move him down, we will definitely bring.
Well, that's you, and this is me. I don't care.
Because we respect Dawn. I know you have some animosity.
No. It's not about respect. I said I don't want you in the room.
Okay, but you would rather have you rather have that genocide denier.
It was General that made that happen. General made that happen. Because we all conceded, including fucking Emerald. She said she wasn't going to say one thing to her.
General
as soon as Carr spoke, she said something.
The general hijacked your room, which I condemn. I'm doing a public condemnation.
I know you're smiling. You're smiling like the Grinch. It was pretty funny. But the reality is, especially with this one,
I'm not.
It wasn't a fucking
crying.
General is the one who made Carr come on the stage. Literally, he said, "Guys." Now you're projecting.
Jealousy gives you
projection.
You need to calm down.
Bro, I don't think Emerald's brought us up to create chaos, bro.
She didn't do that.
Honestly.
Emerald doesn't move people down. If I go to come into her
what did I deal with when it
happened? She would
happened?
probably attack me, but she should not move me down, right, Emerald?
Yeah, I will move other people down, but not you.
Yeah, you see? We have that connection, sister, brother,
That's why.
It's about intentions.
I get
it's about who comes with what intentions.
It is intentions. And you accomplish your goals. W for you, Snake. W, Israel.
Have you noticed how many
Have you noticed?
Insults you have thrown towards me.
How many have you thrown?
Yeah, you gotta stop cursing her out. Come on, man.
I don't know.
It's
I
not
don't
a
know.
good look for you.
I can't tell if she's.
Do you think I give a flying fuck?
It's like a over.
If you don't give a flying
overdone.
fuck, then why are you screaming your ass off for the past 6 hours?
Because you're lying. I care about lies.
Where?
You don't. You're
Where?
an Israeli fucking
Where did I
supremacist.
lie?
You don't care about lies.
Hey,
I
where did
do.
I lie?
And that's why I'm
Hey,
unloading
where
the
did
clip,
I lie?
okay? This girl's
Hey, where did I lie? Where did I lie?
What Zionist tactic is this? What is it called?
She's not
What's
a
it called?
Zionist, man. She's anti-Zionist.
What is this called?
Amir, I can't understand.
Where did I lie,
If she's
I don't know why you
genuinely
lied.
super frustrated.
Where
and she's
did I lie?
justified.
What did I lie about?
Yeah, I went over that already.
Amir, can
Do you have
No,
amnesia?
then amuse me, entertain me, and tell me again.
Amir,
What did
can
I
you
lie
hear me?
about?
I entertain
Yes,
you.
yes, hang on a second. What do you say,
What did
I don't
lie
entertain
about,
you.
eh?
You don't tell me what to
Hey,
do.
what
I
did I
can't-
lie about?
I
Okay,
can't
so
tell
as long
you.
as you don't, as
I
long
know,
as
I
you
know.
don't
Oh,
have,
yeah.
as
If
long
you're
as you
talking, you're
don't have
lying.
receipts, don't throw around
See?
nations.
Is that what you think? I have the witnesses
Yes, where
too,
did I
dummy.
lie?
Yeah, I have the
Where?
witnesses.
Bring
Not
them
to
up.
worry. They will.
Bring them
They
up.
will.
Show me where did
They'll
I
come
lie.
when I want them to come. And you'll shut the hell up and wait.
Oh, so all of a sudden we need to wait. And if
What,
you're going to make
what
accusations,
Zionist shit is this?
you
This
need
is some
to be
weird
able to
Zionist
back
shit.
them out.
This is some
And if you're going
IDF
to
shit.
dish it, you need to be able to take it.
I
And the
can
fact
dish.
is that
Oh,
you're
here's Keenan.
inexperienced in
Here's
this,
Keenan.
and all you
Here's
have done is shown
Keenan.
amazing
Here's
disrespect.
all you have done
to
is showed you're a
people who
liar.
actually engage
You're a
in this
snake.
conversation
And I know
because
what your
it's their
true
life.
agenda is. You're a liar and you're a snake.
Where did I
Oh,
lie?
Keenan was a witness? Was there a witness?
Where did I lie?
Keenan. Where's Keenan?
What did
Keenan,
I
you have
lie
to come up.
about?
One
Bo is
second.
up here.
What did I lie about?
Bring him up. Keenan,
Give
come
me
on.
one
bring up
example.
Keenan.
What did I
Keenan
lie
needs
Like,
to
I
about?
think,
come
like,
up.
you think that saying it over
What
and
did I
over,
lie about?
you're not gonna get what
What
you
did
want.
I lie about?
Genuinely
We
sad
are.
from you.
We
buddy.
went. We
What
already
did
went
I
over
lie
it.
Stay out of it, Bo. Bo,
Oh, no,
So
no,
you're just gonna let her.
Bo, when there's two ladies fight, two girls fighting, all men stay out of it, okay?
Keenan, for whatever reason, your friend is lying on me, Keenan.
Because I can't have any simps coming up here and simping for one side. I can't do that.
Bring
I know,
Keenan
like
up.
you're simping for her.
I'm not simping.
I'm not simping. I'm trying to say the
Let's
neutral
stay out of
party.
it.
No. Keenan, I really need you to come up. It's gonna be very fast.
Bring him up.
It's
He
a
needs
lot
to
of
come up.
lying.
I did send him an invite.
It's
Keenan,
a
would you
lot
like to
of
come
lying.
up and testify? This is a courthouse. You
No,
know?
wait, no, it's not. It's a
It
joke.
is a
I'd like
courthouse.
to know
No, it's a
what,
joke.
what did I lie
It's a joke.
about, eh?
Am I your fucking mother?
You
If
keep
you don't know what
accusing me of
the
that.
you're
Leave the mother
responsible for
out
your
of
own
it.
Accusing me of
behavior.
that. I
You're
deserve to
responsible
know.
for your own
Keenan,
behavior.
come up here.
Get
Keenan,
it?
come up. You need to come up.
What
bro.
did I lie about, eh?
This girl said.
No, Keenan, just come up. Don't worry, I'm not going to
If
call
you
you
don't
simp.
come up, I'm gonna
If I
deal
lied
with you
on
later.
so many things, give me just one example.
She's going to
Sorry,
punch
say it
you
again.
What did I lie
virtually.
about?
Hold on, are you still talking?
Amir, I can't
What did I
tell
lie about, A?
if,
Say it
if
again.
A is genuinely frustrated because
I'm disgusted. Disgusted.
I don't know
With
if
what?
she's justified
I'm
or if it's
disgusted
over-
and
if
that's
it's
fine.
overdoing
I'm
it.
disgusted and I'm apoplectic. That's what it is.
With what?
She's still here. She's sitting here denying it. You're such a Zionist.
Denying what? You're
You're
not.
like, what did I
not a
lie about?
Zionist.
What did I lie about? What did I lie
What
about?
did I lie
Like,
about?
is that a new record?
What she told
What did
Amir.
I lie about, A?
Respectfully, she told you already.
Amir, I think
Enlighten
Keenan
me,
needs to
Mazi.
come
What
up
did I
because
lie
the
about?
civilization.
This is not enlightening fucking time. I'm not
What did
Buddha.
I
Get
lie
it?
about, Mazi?
You're not getting
Why the fuck are you asking Mozzie? Does everybody see what
Because
she's
he said
doing?
he heard it.
This is the
Maybe I
IDF.
missed it.
This is Messiah.
Maybe I missed it. Please enlighten me.
Dick.
What did she say that I lie about?
Yeah. I said it already.
Please, if you don't mind helping me.
So Mazi,
No,
here's the
I'm not
deal,
helping
right?
you do shit.
Okay, hold on. Here's the deal, Mazi.
Damn,
While the room is running, right? They actually this happened I think a couple weeks ago. Right?
Where's
Hold on a second.
Keenan?
Hey, hold on a second. Hold on. This happened about 2 weeks ago. You have A, because she got moved down by me, right, multiple times, and she got pissed off at me multiple times, right?
Are we making this about you now?
Hold on. Hey, let me just finish my story. So
Finish
this
your
happened-
story. Has nothing to do with it.
Okay, so this happened multiple times, right? She got, she got mad at me, whatever. She cursed me out, which I
Like
understand,
ping pong, I know.
People, hold on a second. Hold on, please mute up. People do curse me out. Then what she did, she said, I'm going to open my own house and I'm going to promote people. So she came into this room. She put her link in the
Wait,
chat.
no. That was a mistake. No, don't lie.
Hold on.
I came in and
I'm speaking, okay?
No,
Please
you're
stop cutting
speaking in
into my-
line.
Okay. You can correct me afterwards. You can speak your truth afterwards. My truth. I'm going to speak my truth. Thank you. So this happened about a few weeks ago. She opened a house with Emrose. Emrose helped her. Emrose is like, okay, we can open up a house together. It's called the Needle, and and we can bring people in, whatever. They opened a house because she saw that the debate is pretty good. She enjoys these debates. Then one day, her room was running. She came into this room to put a link in the chat. She's promoting her room out of my room. I'm like, I don't allow that. I don't even allow fucking Amos. I usually kick him out sometimes, and I've been stopped. I haven't seen him.
Mozzie, that's the problem. Hold on, Mozzie.
Hold on.
The only reason I did that, Mozzie, is because Amos comes in there every.
And I'm not done. Okay.
Talking about coexistence.
Stay muted. I'm not done. Stay muted.
So Amos is a no, but Car is a yes.
Yeah, Amos is an old fart, right? Nobody really likes him. He's just an old fart out of his age. Even though I look at him as a genocidal maniac, but out of his fucking age, because it's from my religion side. It just it makes me want to give him some respect, because all of us have that one uncle that's like that's a crazy one, and I look at him as a crazy uncle. So here's the deal. Now they opened a room together, house together. Today's incident, while the room is running, Emrose ends up blocking that car guy. We engaged with him, me and you, right, Mozzie? That fucker, everybody crashed out on him. That son of a bitch denied the fucking massacre, genocide in Syria, right? We had Benny Adam crash out. Hold on. Oh, bro, it's not a lie. Just mute up. Benny Adam crashed out. We had another person crashed out. We had so many people crashed out and called him out on his bullshit. Muhammad called him out as well. He's a professor, by the way. The brother is from Morocco. He's a professor.
Like 5 people called him out or crashed out.
Yeah. And then the next day, that fucker came back again. I sent him an invite because I wanted to call that fucker out because he denied it would relate to the Spain history about the churches. And I gave the mic to Benny Adam, and Ava kept on coming off the mic. I said, please mute up. I had to, at one point, I did have to move her down because she wouldn't mute up. And Benny Adam called him out on the history of Spain about how communists were, they actually burned out the fucking.
What does this have to do with
churches.
this?
Oh, I'm not done.
I know.
Just another minute. Okay, just mute up.
What does this have to do?
Mute the fuck up. So then, the today's room does Emrose, because Emrose was with A from the jump, opening up that house. They were 50-50 on that house. Does Emrose have the right to block that son of a whore that was in here, that denied the fucking genocide, that gaslit everybody, that triggered everybody? Does she have the right to do that? Because she realized this fucker is a genocide denier. She does. She has a right. Because half of it, she owns the house.
General brought her up,
Without her,
the only reason that she came back on the stage is because.
Without Emrose, you're not gonna have any clout. You're not gonna have anybody debating anybody because Emrose is very controversial.
Look at you.
Oh my God! Hold on. Because you're a clout chaser. That's what Emrose said. So
I know, and she's a credible source.
Hold on. If you want people in your room to be able to debate on the topics
I don't want her in my room. That's fine.
Hold on. That you don't have any knowledge of, that Emrose has knowledge of, she can bring in a lot of people and she can go back and forth.
I don't want it. Thanks.
Yeah.
Mozzie, can I say one thing because they're lying? Mozzie, in the beginning, General came. He gave everybody a pep talk, including Emrose. He said, listen, guys, I have to like this person, Carr. Because initially, he wasn't on the stage. Said, we're going to have these conversations. We have conversations with people like Daniel all the time. People like me all the time. This is something that we can do.
This woman.
And that's what happened. So the fact that now you think you can spin the block. By the way, General became a moderator as well at some point. You think it's okay to block, to take your friend Your personal
made him
friend, not
moderator.
yet.
He took over your room.
And for no reason, the person didn't say anything. For no reason, block them and not tell you.
And kicked A off the stage.
She should have said something. She should have said something.
He took over her room, bro.
Amir, Ambrose should have said.
Hey, Don, I should have said something.
Yes.
Fine. For
Yes.
fuck's sake, I blocked
I did something bad. Who cares? Oh, you're really isn't.
Mazi wants to jump in.
Just one sentence, please.
Yes, yes.
I don't think
It's John Kitover. Go to
But at the
ChicagoMaryVote.com.
same time, that guy Carr is proven to be a very suspect individual, and they're
Mazi.
crashed out on by 545.
If we decided to have them on the stage, Mazi, that was the decision, Mazi.
I'm not gonna let you talk. I'm not gonna let you
No,
talk.
I'm done. It's okay.
Nobody's letting me finish this fucking sentence, bro. Not you, not Emerald, not Amir, not Don.
Yeah, it was like that for me earlier. Go ahead.
Let me just finish the sentence. So
just don't focus on Carr. Focus on fucking Emerald's behavior. Carr's not my fucking people. This is disgusting. Amir, you're a fucking piece of shit. And now Emerald is laughing because your plan's working.
No, I'm not laughing. I'm laughing at Mazi. He crashed out. Go, Mazi.
Let me just finish the sentence. That's all I want to do.
Wait, can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead. Say something. Cause I'm
No, Mazi, it's on you. Hold on, Don. It's on Mazi.
So, I forgot what the fuck I was going to say now.
You were saying about Carr, the guy Carr.
Yeah, so Ambrose and let me finish, before you blast, let me finish. Ambrose used her knowledge from the previous 1 or 2 days to be like, this guy's a piece of shit, I don't want him on the stage. She used her discretion. Now, again, I don't think you're a cloud chaser, and also, I will say that you were not even stressing about Carr when you were that Ambrose was sneaky or slick or lying. You weren't Carr as a big example. You was using your other friends. Okay? I'm done.
I just want to clarify. I objected to Carr coming on the panel from the very beginning. I expressed that objection. I said that I will only be okay with it if Sam is okay with it. Sam said he's okay. We tried to have the conversation, and then I said that I think a better conversation, even if it's difficult, according to what General said, would be between Iran.
General had a conversation with the whole room, and the decision was made. Once the decision is made, what you're saying now, void. Means fucking nothing.
Is this like,
it means nothing. So what you're saying is General, what he says means nothing then.
But General hijacked your room, by the way, kicked you down the room.
What's your point?
The point is, look.
The point is, you're a piece of shit.
Hold on. I am a piece of shit. So then he brought you back up, and then you started crashing out, and then he moved you down again.
What? Hold on. I'm not worried about his behavior. I'm talking about him because General is the one who had a conversation with the room and said, guys, we need to be able to have these conversations, whether they're difficult or not, but do not be disrespectful. Hold on.
General did cool.
Am I your fucking parent?
He did a coup.
This is the problem. General said it.
Oh my God.
We all agreed. Her position was, I'm not going to say anything to this person doesn't say anything to me. Guess who broke the MOU first? Guess who broke the MOU first? Guess who did it? You know, as soon as she came off the mic. Look at you, victim. I know, and you're trivializing it because it's not. You think it's not that bad.
You need to calm down, though.
You are an Israeli Zionist. You are a terrorist.
There we go.
She's not a Zionist. Wow.
Yeah, that pathology is. It's in your core.
She's very consistent. She's anti-Zionist.
She's a very consistent scumbag.
She's very consistent anti-Zionist.
If anything, I don't care. I know, I don't care.
Come on, guys.
Don't cry. You're a victim.
It's not about a victim,
It is about the victim.
No, it's about people who actually
try
to achieve something.
No, you achieved your goal. You talked about Iran all night. You didn't talk about anything else. Not one thing.
I'm sorry, did we not have an entire conversation about Syria?
She did. She talked about Iran.
Okay, so
I did have
Amir?
a conversation with Brownie about Iran.
Brownie said you cut him off every single time.
Brownie,
not once, not twice, not thrice. Every single fucking time.
If you listen to the clip,
and guess what?
Said
if you at the end, he said you can have back and forth. You still cut him off. You still fucking cut him off.
You
You
didn't set
cut
him
him
up. You
off.
didn't set him up.
Even the back and forth, you were still cutting him off.
Yeah,
Play the tape again.
I have a
Play it
problem
again.
with it. I have a problem
Play it
with
again.
interrupting. I'm not denying it.
Play it again.
The conversation ended up being a
Play it
good
again.
conversation.
No, it didn't. No, Brownie would disagree. Play it again.
Later. We need to focus more.
You're a
is I
fucking
think
liar.
no. I would love to play it again, but at the same time, I think what we need to focus is this energy that's going to waste right now. I think we need some sort of therapy, right? And I think I need to open up a therapy room later today. This is not a good look for
This is a bad
A.
look for you and
This is not a good look for
Emerald.
A
It
and
looks
me
very
and
bad.
Emerald and
Not to
Mazi.
worry.
Definitely
Surprisingly
Mazi.
enough,
Mazi
Amir
crashed
and I
out.
have been doing this for years. You've been doing this.
Yeah,
for years.
and that makes a lot of sense to me. Yeah, snakes can come in too.
What did you
That's
just
fine.
say?
I don't. I'm not repeating myself.
But
Catch up.
we are doing it for years, me and her. So
Yes,
I've been doing it for about 2
Thank
years
you,
every
thank you,
day.
Snaky Snake. Thank you.
No, it's not snake. Come on, man, I'm not a snake.
You're a
so,
doxing snake.
I didn't dox you, man. You told me your name.
Okay. Wait.
You
Oh
have
my
your
god.
real
hold on.
picture up.
I'm sorry. Like, are you talking to me? Shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
Remember, she's the one that told me
That's
her
a
name
good
is Anna.
Zionist terrorist fucking strategy.
No, she has a right to ask not to be called by her private name, but
Yeah,
that's
and
not
then
doxing.
I stopped. I respected her. I don't call her with the name.
That's fine, yeah.
First she told me.
Move
First she
on.
said she
I
gave me
know,
a
yeah, I
name.
know, Amir. You'll be okay. You'll live. Unfortunately.
Yeah, but I don't know why you're accusing me of doxing you, man.
I don't know why you're up here lying. You're up here like
By the way, the accusation
dancing
of
for
doxing
shekels.
is one of the worst accusations.
I don't care. I know.
Then maybe
Emerald,
if you accuse people of
this is not
doxing
something you
or
want.
lying,
Wait,
not something I
this
want to say
accusation came from me. You think? Is that what
I
you're
don't
saying?
know who you accused me of
Okay, who
doxing.
accused me of that? Come on.
Where do you think I'm new here? You just said that you guys been doing this, right? So you guys history, right?
Who accused
So
me?
where did I get the information?
You tell me
I
who
don't
accused
know.
me of it.
No,
You're refusing
you
to
don't
say.
know. Yeah, because guess what? Even after all this, I really don't give a flying fuck
Make
enough
sure
to do
to
that,
provide
and
evidence
especially
and
for
it's
Amir.
problem.
I don't want Amir to know that there are snakes around him.
But there's
Get
a
it?
problem when you accuse
He's a
people
snake
of
too.
lying.
He can deal with
When
it.
you accuse people of lying or
When you
doxing,
accuse
and you
you
don't back
accused
it up,
me of
then
doing
you
stuff
don't
I did
back-
not do.
What did I
You
accuse of?
lied about what the fuck you did. You're
What
not
did
the
I lie
arbiter
about?
of fucking truth. You're
What
dishonest.
Did I lie about?
You're
And
fundamentally
I asked you 1,000
dishonest.
times. I asked you 1,000 times. What did I lie
This
about?
is some fucking bullshit that we're
Yeah.
spending.
So
fucking
Mozzie,
1 hour.
we already told you, right?
Amir, can I say something?
You could say whatever fuck you want. There's no cue, dog.
Who wants to say something? Who?
Gab.
Yes, Gab. Yes,
There-
Gab. Were you in that room?
No, I was not in that room. But it's just something you said, and I
Did
wanna
somebody
point
have
out.
you blocked?
In your room, there was somebody that had.
No,
me
no.
blocked.
I'm talking about in their room.
No.
I don't have get blocked.
No.
Okay, good.
I was at work. I wouldn't even know. But Amir, you mentioned how Carr is genocide denier and stuff, right? And that's
Yes.
some sort of justification to have him blocked by Emerald.
Nope,
However,
no justification. You need to understand what I said.
No.
Hold on. Hey.
Gab, can we get on a call so you can get the truth?
Can you please mute up? I'm speaking now, Gav.
You're speaking about my story.
Can
You're
you
lying.
please mute up? Can you be because he's talking about what I said.
Yeah, he's talking.
Can you please mute up? Hey, please.
Yeah, bro, you gotta learn to just be quiet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. He's
I'm
gonna
just
lie.
addressing Gav. I'm not addressing you. Gav, here's the deal. The context I said is the house that they built together, right? You know when you build a house together, right? You make a decision together, or you can make your own decision if the other person is not around, right? Or the other person is,
I was right beside her.
Hold on.
She
The other
did it
person
sneakily.
Hold on a second. If the other person is not able to understand or comprehend the position of an idiot, a genocide denier, Holocaust denier.
So I guess you're saying General didn't understand. He made the decision.
Hold on. Please mute up. So, and they opened the house together. Because of Emerald's.
Wait,
a lot
Gav,
of people-
answer. Oh my God.
Can you stop coming off the mic? I'll give you. This is like strike 10 again. I have to move you down. It's up to you. Either you sit in the audience or just stay up here on mute. I'll give you the mic afterwards. I can't believe this, man.
Damn, dog.
Gav, Gav, here's the.
I'm just calling Gav
she-
over and over.
she-
Oh my
she-
god.
Okay. Sit in the audience.
Hold on.
So Gav, here's the deal. I said they build a house together, right? And what the deal is, if you build a house together, and you have the right, and it's all the people that ran into that house, that room, it was because of Emrose, because Emrose is very controversial. You see what I'm saying? Emrose, when she goes in there, she says things. She says controversial stuff about Iran, whatever. It's a lot of people, they get triggered or butthurt or whatever. Just like I'm controversial, right? I say some crazy shit as well sometimes. So if it's just up to I don't think people will go in there and have that debate. You see what I'm saying? So Emrose.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep, my little pretty baby. I'm for sleep, my pretty little baby. Sleepy time for Johnny. Sleepy time for Mr. Mayor. Mr.